India, a land known for its ancient wisdom, vibrant culture, and rapid development. But behind the scenes of progress lies a darker chapter, a story of deceit, manipulation, and betrayal. From corrupt politicians and fake corporations to billion-dollar frauds, India has witnessed scams so large, so devastating, that they've shaken the very foundation of public trust. In this video, we take you through the top 10 biggest scams in Indian history, the stories that dominated headlines, exposed systemic corruption, and cost the nation billions of rupees. This isn't just about money, it's about power, greed, and the price of silence. It began in the 1990s, a scam that lasted decades. Officials in Bihar's Animal Husbandry Department siphoned off nearly Rs950 crore by generating fake bills for animal fodder, medicine, and equipment. Shockingly, the scam operated in plain sight, with approval from top politicians, including then Chief Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav. In 2013, Lalu was convicted, but for many, justice came too late. The scam revealed how deeply corruption had penetrated the Indian bureaucracy. Once hailed as the shining star of India's IT sector, Satyam Computers turned out to be a house of lies. In 2009, founder Ramalinga Raju confessed to manipulating the company's accounts, inflating profits, and creating fictitious assets, all to impress investors. The fraud, worth over Rs 14,000 crore, led to a dramatic fall in the company's value and triggered panic in the stock market. It was called India's Enron, a corporate betrayal that changed how Indian companies are audited forever. One of the most talked about scams in modern India, the 2G spectrum scam. In 2008, the government allegedly undercharged telecom companies for spectrum licenses, causing a loss of over Rs 76 lakh crore. Former telecom minister A. Raja and top officials were accused of manipulating the system in favor of selected companies. The scandal sparked public outrage, media frenzy, and was a major factor in the fall of the UPA government. Though some accused were later acquitted, the damage to public trust was irreversible. In 2010, India hosted the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, a moment of global pride, tarnished by allegations of massive corruption. From inflated contracts to poor quality infrastructure, investigators uncovered irregularities worth over Rs 70,000 crore. The head of the organizing committee, Suresh Kalmadi, was arrested, and multiple government departments came under scrutiny. What should have been a celebration of Indian athleticism became a textbook case of how large-scale events are exploited for personal gain. Dubbed Coalgate, this scam involved the illegal allocation of coal blocks to private companies between 2004 and 2009. Instead of auctioning coal blocks, the government handed them out at throwaway prices, causing a loss of nearly Rs 1.86 lakh crore to the national treasury. Top industrialists and politicians were named in the CBI's investigation. The scam revealed a dangerous nexus between business and politics, and triggered nationwide demands for transparency in resource allocation. In 2018, India woke up to headlines that seemed too shocking to believe. Billionaire jeweler Nirav Modi had allegedly defrauded the Punjab National Bank of over Rs 11,400 crore using fake letters of credit. He fled the country, living in luxury, while Indian authorities scrambled to recover funds. The scam exposed loopholes in India's banking system, and once again showed how the rich can escape accountability. Even today, the money trail remains murky, and many questions remain unanswered. Known as the king of good times, Vijay Mallya lived a life of excess. But behind the lavish parties and luxury jets, his company, Kingfisher Airlines, was drowning in debt. He took loans worth Rs 9,000 crore from Indian banks and defaulted. When the heat turned up, Mallya fled to the UK, claiming he was being politically targeted. Despite India's efforts to extradite him, Mallya remains in Britain, a symbol of elite escape from justice. Abdul Karim Telgi, a former fruit seller, ran one of the most bizarre and widespread scams in Indian history. He printed fake stamp papers, official government documents, and sold them across 12 Indian states. The scam was worth over Rs 30,000 crore and involved government officials, police officers, and politicians. Telgi was eventually arrested and sentenced, but the scale of the scam revealed shocking gaps in India's security and printing systems. Back in the 1980s, the Bofors scandal rocked the Indian political landscape. It involved alleged kickbacks in a defense deal between the Indian government and Swedish arms manufacturer Bofors AB. Rs 64 crore was reportedly paid to Indian officials and middlemen, including those close to then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Though small in value compared to today's scams, its political fallout was massive. It changed how Indian voters viewed corruption and set the stage for future scandals. In the early 90s, stockbroker Harshad Mehta manipulated the Bombay Stock Exchange using fake bank receipts to borrow crores from banks. With this money, he artificially pumped up stock prices, creating a market bubble that burst spectacularly. The total scam was estimated at Rs 5,000 crore in 1992, equivalent to over Rs 25,000 plus crore today. When the fraud came to light, it triggered a market crash and led to sweeping reforms in India's banking and financial sector. Harshad Mehta died mysteriously in 2001, but his legacy lives on, in headlines, in movies, and in the shattered lives of investors he left behind. These scams aren't just numbers. They're broken promises, stolen futures, and wounds in India's journey toward justice. Each scandal you heard today exposed a deeper rot of unchecked power, weak systems, and silence that cost a nation dearly. But there's hope. With every expose, every whistleblower, and every reform, India moves closer to accountability. The fight against corruption isn't over, because the moment we stop questioning is the moment corruption wins. So ask, investigate, speak up, because the next scam is just one silence away.